I'm so excited about the conversation I'm going to share with you. I am at Super Learning Center Faith Christian Academy, and I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. Her name is Lyn Goodwin. You're the founder of Super,
Yes.
and quite honestly, I am here to learn today.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so
As a teacher, I love that.
yeah, thanks for having us here today. And if you would just tell us, Super stands for something, and what are you all about?
SUPER stands for Students Using Proven Educational Resources. And Faith Christian Academy is attached to our name because we are a inclusively faith-based special needs school.
You have an amazing story, and I think it's important that you just briefly tell the story about Super, because that will lead to what you guys do here and why the place is so special.
Well, probably as with everyone's story, we have one plan and God has another. And my plan was to be Teacher of the Year. We were going to do that, and that's why I went to college. But I always had a heart for special needs, and God had a much bigger plan for special needs. And my daughter was born, and she had some serious challenges that we had to overcome. So I left teaching, and I told my late husband that if Alyssa couldn't read and I taught 1 million kids to read, my career was in vain. So we decided we would homeschool her, and within weeks of announcing we were homeschooling, I started receiving phone calls from previous students and their families saying, "Hey, if you teach my kids, we'll pay you." Mm. And, that was an answer to prayer because, I left my teaching position, so we lost one income. And I really struggled with it. I'm like, Lord, do I want to do this? So I accepted one family. 30 minutes later, I accepted another. And within a week, there were 14 children in my basement in a one-room schoolhouse.
Wow.
With a waiting list.
Mm.
And I started teaching from 8 in the morning till 4, and then from 4 to 8 I tutored. So it was crazy. But it was the most rewarding experience I've ever had because that set the foundation for everything we do here. Because that's where God was teaching me how to teach each one. Because I taught multiple grades, multiple abilities, multiple levels.
I know we have a lot of families watching right now, and we have definitely caught their attention because they have a need and they want to know if maybe Super is a fit for them. So just tell us, who's it for in terms of the age spectrum? Absolutely. And with what you do here, who is Super Learning Center for?
Well, Super services children kindergarten through age 21. Mm-hmm. And we have a variety of abilities here. All of the kids that are currently in the building are on IEP, so they do have special learning exceptionalities. We have in the past had their siblings. We've had quite a few kids that have come through in the past where a sibling would be here that would be a traditional student, which we have found they accelerate even faster because with the therapies that we provide and with the unique interventions we provide, many of those kids became speed readers and they really were able to glean from the environment as well. And it kept the families on the same schedule. We we have serviced autism, the full spectrum of autism, but we also have Down syndrome, ADHD, dyslexia, PDD-NOS, bipolar, you name it.
Two things that stand out to me are, first of all, just the variety of services you're able to provide here. It's very, very unique. And then maybe most importantly, the faith part of it, because you're able to tie that all together. And I think that's very special and what a lot of parents would be looking for.
Yeah, for us, that's definitely been our mission.
Mm-hmm.
Many of our kids, over the years we have learned, we're in our 19th year. 2020 will be in our 20th year. And so many times the parents have said, wow, they sit through chapel on Friday. Wow, they're sitting through devotions. I can't go to church. The kids' behaviors, they get, we get pulled out because they're in Sunday school and their behavior, they may not be able to attend to the task. But you guys are able to get them to do that here. And that has always been hugely important. This is not me. Mm-hmm. Not one intervention has been me. Not one intervention has been my staff. It has all been God and the anointing that He has placed here. And He comes up with the most creative, unique interventions that, I've been out teaching elsewhere and I've never seen the creativity that God brings into the intervention. It blows your mind.
Your team is very special, too.
Oh, absolutely.
And I can tell your team they're here for the right
Absolutely.
reason, for sure. Now, something we were excited to talk about for our listeners and people watching right now is the fact that they might not be aware of the fact that scholarships are available. They might say, this is exactly what we need for our family, for our children, but it's just way out of our range. That's not necessarily the case.
Yes. Parents are welcome to go to the Ohio Department of Education's website, and there's a scholarship tab that you can tab down. There are multiple scholarships available throughout the state. There's the Autism Scholarship that only services children on the spectrum, and we have been a provider for that since early in its inception. There's the John Peterson Scholarship, which is for children that have other disabilities. They have to have an IEP and an ETR, and any family that has one will know what that is. And there's a list of providers there that service both areas, but there's also Ed Choice. And under the Ed Choice tab, there is a faith-based initiative. And the last time I looked, it was a family that earned under $65,000 that wanted their child to attend a Christian school. The funding would be available for them, and it's been growing. It started with like first to second grade, and I think they're up to maybe seventh grade now, seventh grade, and parents can apply for that and have that option. And there are Christian schools all over the state that accept the scholarship through that.
Well, your work here at Super is very, very special.
Thank you.
And you definitely are difference makers. I'm so glad that we were able to introduce you to everybody that listens to The Fish and who also follows our Facebook page. And I hope some people will reach out and connect with you, because I know you can make a difference in their family.
Well, that's what we say. We're changing the world one child at a time.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.